Clothing retailer Jigsaw goes under. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heiser here and welcome to another episode of Heiser Says. I have my stein of coffee and I thought we'd have a look at this article from news.com.au which is discussing another clothing retailer going under, shutting down all of their Australian stores. This seems to be, well, a pattern that's been happening for months. Last year there were several retailers going under, closing down, shutting down, moving to online only. And, well, this pandemic just seems to have exacerbated the issues that has been facing these retailers. It's a challenging environment. And some of them, you can't really tell the difference. It's about brand differentiation, isn't it? And it's going to be, well, interesting to see how the decline in the retail sector, how it will continue, how it will affect some of these retail investment trusts. But also, once freedoms are restricted, I think today here in Queensland, a lot's been lifted. If people will rush out and jump back into the shops, they'll get out there if that will last, or if their consumer behaviours have changed. Buying of off-brand products has increased. Credit card applications have decreased. More people are saving than ever before. Will this be a never-again moment for a lot of people? Were they at the wall? Were they dependent on the state to keep their family going with no reserves? And they'll go never again. Never again. And then that'll affect people's purchasing decisions. Am I being too hopeful, everyone? You know, do I need to be more doomer about this? That no one will learn anything. People just go out there and rack up Afterpay and then pay the credit card off with the Afterpay. Or pay the Afterpay off with the credit card. That's how you do it, isn't it? Clothing retailer Jigsaw closes its Australian businesses due to the downturn due to the pandemic. Lovers of fashion retailer Jigsaw copped a disappointing email today detailing the brand's closure of its Australian stores, effective immediately. After many wonderful years, Jigsaw London will be closing its doors on Friday the 29th of May. Due to exceptional circumstances, the business has made the difficult decision to close its Australian division to simplify its business and focus on its home market in the UK. Similar to Kaufland, isn't it? The brand said in a statement on their Australian website. Now, the viewers of this channel are about 90% male, so I think most of the blokes will be in my position and not actually understand what some of these brands are. But, this is for the 9% female viewers, Founded in 1970, the retailer is one of many to have suffered under the weight of the pandemic restrictions. Pre-pandemic, the group reported turnover of $188 million for the 17-18 period. As of August 2019, the brand had 80 stores across the UK. Jigsaw's sister company, Q159, closed in 2012 following heavy financial losses. So here's the post. It's time to say goodbye. After many wonderful years, Jigsaw London has now closed its doors due to exceptional circumstances. The business had made the difficult decision to close its Australian division to simplify its business and focus on its home market in the UK. The decision was made due to the coronavirus pandemic's devastating impact on the retail sector, and the brand confirmed it in an FAQ. The pandemic outbreak has had a severe impact on retailers around the world, the company wrote. Well, yes, it has. It has, but it's also, created opportunities for new businesses. We have to remember, right now, I'll be interested to see where consumer confidence moves once the economy starts to open up. Once it starts to open up. Do you think consumer confidence will shoot up? If there are more people in shops, more people out and about, government stimulus handed out left, right, and centre, you'd start seeing activity. We'll have to see. While the pandemic continues, we will simplify our business by focusing on our home market in the UK. Aussies won't be able to shop online for the retailer either, with the website already shut down. Items bought online or in-store can be returned until July 1st. The brand was hesitant to confirm whether they would revive their Australian division in the future. For now, our focus is to simplify our business by focusing on our home market in the UK. However, we're always looking for opportunities. If one arises for us to reopen here, we will certainly take it. Jigsaw is the latest casualty in a string of retail stores that have buckled under the pandemic's pressure. Hints at looming David Jones closures have come less than a week after it was revealed that 53 Target stores across the country would close forever within 12 months, while a further 53 will be converted to Kmarts over the same period. Just yesterday, fashion heavyweight PAS Group announced that it entered voluntary administration, leaving some of Australia's best-known labels facing an uncertain future. The popular retailer is behind 225 shops across Australia and New Zealand, owns major brands including Review, Black Pepper, Yarra Trail Design Works, Jet Swimwear, and also supplies stock to Myer and other stores. There you go. So retail's woes. This year's retail bloodbath follows a horror 2019 that brought the collapse of a slew of Aussie businesses, with some international players also folding in recent months. And here we have a list of businesses that have just been hit by the retail apocalypse that more and more people are discussing. In January, it was Ed Harry went into voluntary administration. Australian sportswear Skins went into bankruptcy in a Swiss court. Napoleon Purtis, beauty empire, they cut 56 stores. They never opened again. Shoes of Prey met its demise in March. And Shoes of Prey, that was a funny one. That was a funny... I mean, custom designed sneakers, you know. I wonder if that's got more to do with their business model and the costs associated with it than with reality. But then again, I had staff members that would, you know, wait in line for like the new release of these Reebok shoes. I just don't really care that much. British fashion giant Karen Millen, September revealed it would shut all Aussie stores, leaving around 80 jobs in peril. Celebrity chef Shannon Bennett's Melbourne burger chain Benny Burger was placed into administration, and the 7 Red Roosters here in Queensland. And then Style Runner was sold to Ascent Group. Zanu was in trouble after they entered voluntary administration. They haven't mentioned Ishka here as well. Ishka's an interesting one. It's a homewares business where they were importing a lot of goods and products. And the big thing is, with these imported products, they had a delay. And that delay affected their ability to sell stock over Christmas, and that was enough to push them over the line. How many other businesses are in that situation? We've got a heavily import-dependent retail sector. What would happen if all of a sudden, you know, trade disputes exacerbated and people couldn't get their imported products? We're an island nation. You know, can we even defend our coast? That's a whole different video. Later that month, Muscle Coach, a leading fitness company, was put in voluntary administration after a director received a devastating diagnosis and the company racked up debts of almost $1 million. And here we have the Cretini's restaurant chain went voluntary administration, and then Dimmies. But Dimmies was saved, guys. Dimmies was saved. They found a buyer, and it was a rare success story. I mean, it's a dollar shop. I can't say anything there. You know, it's just pretty much a Chinese garbage import shop for dollar stuff. And I'm sure you can get some decent stuff there if you need it. Although I don't really tend to go into those shops too often. And Harris Scarf was also placed into voluntary administration. So we're seeing here another example, another retailer. Now, is it just me? And this is for the blokes. Can you tell much difference between these shops, between these brands? Okay? Can you tell much difference between the clothing style? Does this look much different? Are you just buying the label? Is that what it is? Is it brand loyalty? Is it showing off, peacocking? The female version of peacocking, showing off to each other? You know, look, I've got this brand, I've got this one. It's like the soccer mums I used to see all the time, walking around with the Lorna Jane stuff. It's all made in China. You know, some of it looked like it was from the 80s. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Is it just this... The fact there's little differentiation between it. Will these businesses, will these retailers survive? Or will they even return? Or will consumer behaviors change? And that's the real question. That's the takeaway. And that's what we want to keep an eye on the retail market for the next few months to see what happens, to see how people have adapted to this new situation. And you've got to remember, the retail sector is a huge employer in Australia, guys. It's a huge portion of the workforce are tied up in retail, are working in retail. So it's important. It's important. As always, Please let me know your thoughts and opinions below. Can you tell the difference between these brands? Or am I just showing my rapid descent into middle age and boomerism? As always, thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and you'd like to support the channel, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us via our affiliate links at Amazon or eBay or Independent Reserve and KuCoin. You can buy our merch from Heise Says, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. I'll see you in the next video.